Good morning, good morning, everyone. My name is High Priestess Ishera, and it is 8:11 a.m. here in beautiful Hawaii. Today's Circle of Love is regarding dream interpretation. There's a couple of things Spirit put on my heart that I need to share with you guys regarding dream interpretation. When it comes to dream interpretation, there's one main thing that you should know regarding dream interpretation. And that is your conscious mind, which is the spiritual side of your brain, and your subconscious mind, which is your fears and your worries side of the brain, the program side of your brain. They both come together and create this dream picture within your mind while you travel within the outer realms, which creates a dream. Now, keep in mind that when you're interpreting your dreams, you must, I repeat, you must know how to interpret a dream to gain the beautiful message and winds that are given to you within the dream. Everyone thinks that you're supposed to take your dreams for face value, and that's how you're supposed to gain. But if you know the esoteric fact, which is your dream is 75% subconscious fears, worry, your desires, your wants, your needs, to 25% of spirit message, consciousness, gain. When you know that 75% of your dream is your fears and 25% of your dreams is spirit trying to share you a message, then you gain the secret knowledge on how to interpret your dreams. Numbers are very important in dreams. Environments are very important in dreams. Who in the dreams are very important in the dreams, but not so as, oh, I dreamed about Michael and the man in my dream is about Michael. No, Michael could be a symbolized dream version of someone completely different. Okay? Also know that when having dreams and interpreting them, you have to know how to pick what parts are the spiritual message and what parts are the subconscious fears that are just playing out in your sleep. Because again, dreams are messages from spirit that are revealed to you while you are subconsciously in another astral realm. And when I say another astral realm, I'm speaking of you could be dreaming about a past life. You could be dreaming about a message that's being sent to you. You could be dreaming about an alternate universe that you visited within one of your other lives. There are many places you could be. So interpreting your dream is a skill that a couple of people have, including me, that are able to pick out and are able to sense if it's a message or if it's just a out of body experience within another alternate realm. Also, when it comes to dream interpretation, perfect example. Okay, i.e., I had, like, the reason why I'm doing this dream interpretation video is because I had a couple of back-to-back intense dreams, super intense dreams. And all of the dreams just confirmed what I'm going through right now. And it was super awesome, super good. Also, within dreams, just because you're sleeping for only 4 hours, when you're in alternate universes, necessarily you are not gone for only 4 hours. You are gone for like longer than 4 hours, because when you're traveling, astral traveling to different realms and being shared spiritual message, or visiting alternate universes, or traveling to different planetary systems, there is no time. There is no time. So you're only sleeping for 4, but trust and believe you are in these alternate universes for longer periods of time. All right. Now, i.e., example. Um, when it comes to dreams, like my dream, okay, I'm going to share the end part of the dream. I was in my car. Okay, you have to understand, you guys. My dreams are not like regular people. I think because I'm a high priestess, my dreams are like cataclysms of atomic bombs, of French art, because they sometimes don't make any sense at all. But I was in the city at Penn Station, mind you. It was Penn Station. And my car was parked at Penn Station. And that made no sense to me because, number one, Penn Station is a public place. I don't do public places. And it's a lot of people at Penn Station. But I was at Penn Station. And my car was there. My beautiful yellow truck was there. And I was like, sitting in my truck. I don't know what I was doing there, but I was sitting in my truck. People were passing by. And this lady passes by me. Now, I don't know her, but off cuff, she goes to me, they're having a sale on Florida water. And I don't know why she chose to tell me that, but the fact that she told me that was a good thing for me, due to the fact that I must have been visiting the city, because I remember saying in my head, oh, wow, Florida water is hard to find where I live at. I need to go pick some up. And that's another thing you need to know about dreams. I don't care how good you are when it comes to magic, or when it comes to remembering dreams, you will not remember everything about your dream. Do you know why? The reason why you don't remember every detail of your dream is because the travel our astral body goes through from the veil, which is the ether of the alternate universe, to back to our low vibrational frequency human bodies. It's intense. Whether you do it fast or do it slow, it's intense. And because it's intense, your remembering of the dreams, you slowly deteriorate certain parts of the dream as your astral body travels from dream state to waking up again in this low frequency earth realm. So I just remembered that, yeah. And I was like, okay, I need that. I need the Florida water. So I jumped out my car. And that's another thing. Belongings of yours can be signs that spirit is sharing with you. And I believe the fact that my car, and I remember because my car was so cute, and I believe my car is cute, but and it's an old school car, but I love my car. I remember the car being in the city, and I was like, okay. After I woke up, I realized, well, maybe my car was a representation of me going to visit New York. Everything is just not cutthroat in your dreams. There's a lot of signs and messages in dreams. And if you don't know how to interpret these signs, you lose the message that the higher power is trying to share with you. And if you don't believe in higher power, then don't try to interpret your dreams, because then you'll lose a lot of messages. Shout out to all my atheists out there. So I jumped out the car and I walked around the corner to go buy me some Florida water. So I walked up to the woman, and it was a Chinese woman. And another thing, you guys, keep in mind the statues you buy for your altar, the deities that you reach out to in your third dimensional realm, they will reach out to you in your dreams. Okay? And every time I dream of an Oriental, it reminds me of a beautiful Oriental statue that I brought for a Pacific altar in my house. And I know as an adept that every time I see a Chinese person, and they're always vendors. I noticed that every time I have a dream about the Orientals regarding what my altar is about, they're always vendors, Oriental vendors. I know that it's them sharing a message to me regarding the Pacific altar that the statue is on. Okay. So then I walk up to the vendor and I was like, "Oh, I need some Florida water. Do you have any more?" And she looked around and I said, "How much is the Florida water?" She was like, $7.99. And I was like, "Okay, I need a couple." And she was like, "I don't think we have any more. I don't think we have any more." And I looked around and her vending station was really small. And I was like, and that's pretty much protocol for me. When they say they have no more, there's always one more or enough for me. And then I see a gallon of Florida water. I was like, "No." And before I saw the gallon of water, I asked her how much it is. And she was like, $7.99. And again, numbers are important in your dream. Google the numbers after you wake up if you remember them. And then I go, "No, you have one more. You have one more." And she was like, "Oh, we have one more? We have one more? Okay." And then she put up the price. she put up the price of the Florida water because there was only one more. And I was like, I said this calmly too. I was like, "Mm-mm, mm-mm. We're not going to do that today. We're not doing this today. You're going to give it to me." And I said this real calm. I remember that part of the dream. I was like, "No, you're going to give it to me for the $7.99 that you quoted me for when I first walked up to you." And without fighting me, without a fuss, she was like, "Okay." Why am I thinking about Emma Rain right now? Shout out to Emma Rain and all the Magic Mystics. All right. So then I was like, I love you guys. You know, we live in that real deal spiritual life. And it's we know fakers. We some real hardcore magical mystics and do what we do, and we do it well. Okay. So then in the dream, right, I was like, and she said, "Yeah, no problem," without a fight. I thought she was going to fight me about it. She said, "Yeah, no problem," without a fight. So then as I go into my purse to get the money, um, I picked up the second lady because it was two vendors. I spoke money to the first lady, but there was like a worker girl who was near the vending station, and she picked up the Florida water for me, and she put it on the table. And then I went in my bag to get the money, and she was like, "Okay, $7.99." And then she handed me this bamboo green, old school, soft ass envelope. And I was like, "What's this?" And she goes, "We had a lottery today, and everyone who purchased inventory from me received an envelope." And I was like, "Oh, cool." I was like, "Thank you." So before I went in my purse to give her the money for the Florida water, I was so excited because I hadn't received a gift in such a long time from anyone else. Outside Emma. Emma's have given me a gift. I was super excited to get the gift. And I was like, ooh, a gift, a gift. So I opened the gift. And you guys, when I opened the gift, it was like a stack of money. You know, it was a nice stack of money. And I was like, oh shit. And I remember saying in the dream, and that's another thing, write down your dreams, guys, because within writing down your dreams, you remember parts of the dream that you forget from just thinking about it. And then I remember saying to myself in my dream, this must be a mistake. Let me make sure that this lady didn't give me this envelope by accident. And then I was like, Miss, you gave me an envelope full of money. And she was like, she looked at me. She looked at me and she said, yeah, you won the lottery. You won. That money is yours. And I was like, are you serious? Are you serious? And you guys, it brings tears to my eyes because I remember the Chinese woman being so happy for me. Like, I remember her grinning and like she was so happy for me. And it wasn't a fake happy. She was like authentically happy for me. And I didn't understand why, because she was a stranger and I was shopping in her store, but she was so happy for me. And this is how come, this is the sign that I knew that it was my statue speaking to me. Because again, I have an oriental statue that I purchased and it's on a Pacific altar in my house. And I feel like my statues were like sharing with me, you're good. The request that you called out has been heard and it's coming to you and it's coming to you. So don't worry, it's coming to you. It's not that, oh, the Chinese lady was happy for me and I didn't know her because she was Chinese. No, you have to connect how these deities are going to talk to you. And I knew because the lady was Chinese that she was a connection to my oriental statue on one of my altars within my home. And she was specifically talking to me and telling me that you're okay, you're good. She was so happy for me, and I remember her face, and every time I think about her face, I was so shocked that she gave me the money. And I was like, are you sure this is for me? And she looked at me, and she was like, girl, come on. Yes, it's for you. You deserve it. I told her, thank you. I said, thank you. I needed this right now. Thank you. And then she said, and then I was like, okay, first things first, let me pay you for this Florida water. Before I gave her the money for the Florida water, I was just wondering how much was in there. I remember pulling out the envelope and seeing $100 bill and $5 bill and $20 bills and a whole bunch of singles. And I put down $5 on her counter. And I remember when I reached to pull out the $1 to finish paying her in ones, I woke up. You guys, dream interpretation is a very finicky thing. Once you know that 75% is your fears and desires and your wants and your needs, and only 25% are the spiritual messages that are being sent out to you, then you reap the higher benefits of the messages of your dreams. Yes, there are many dreams that are what they say they are. You see yourself getting that job. Yeah, most likely you are getting that job. But is it that Pacific job that you just applied for, my loves? Or is it that job that you haven't applied for is the job that you're getting? So if you can't interpret dreams, get someone to interpret your dreams. I charge a $25 free to be your dream interpreter for about a week. Actually, no, I'll do a month Because seriously, interpreting dreams is super, super hard. And you have to know about that person's life to interpret their dreams. You just can't interpret some dreams. That's why I laugh at these people who come on Facebook and who be like, oh, I had a dream about this, this, and this. What do you think it's about? Nope, that's not how you interpret dreams, my love. You have to the person who's interpreting your dream has to be like your priestess. They have to know about your life, and they have to know about certain things within your life to interpret your dreams correctly. That's not how you interpret dreams at all. You can Google, which is great, Google certain parts of the dream, but then after you Google the certain parts of the dreams, the symbolism, then you have to know how to utilize that dream for your game. Anyway, yeah, I'll interpret your dreams for $25 a month, and it would be one dream a day, but then you would have to be very diligent on telling me about your dream because there's usually messages within that dream. If not, learn to interpret knowing that subconsciously 75% of the dreams is your fear and worry, and only 25% is that important message that Spirit is trying to relay. My name is High Priestess Ishera, and this has been a sermon regarding dream interpretation. I'll talk to you guys soon. Later. This has been another one. Woo! Ishara's. What? Ishara's world.